cool day. If you're feeling a different type of energy today, Asia, Andromeda, has a cool explanation for it. I'm not going to paraphrase it. Um, it explains a lot. And for what I'm going through, I'm doing awesome. And it's my girl today. Just having different energy up and downs, and she never really does. So I say this, I share this. School bus. Can't see the number. Ooh, number 1. I like that. I say this because if you're all of a sudden like feeling like really like whoa awesome, and then it's your pets or your children that are like having that weird ass vibe, it's not that they're trying to trigger you or test you, or that the dark is going through them to get to you. It's that, you know, we're working on this consciously, and the children and the animals are, but not in the same way that we are, like watching YouTube and getting information about it every day. So you know, patience vibes, super up, parents and, you know, caregivers. It's a wild ride. It's really nice if you can stay in your light. Yeah. I'm gonna do a couple quick really shout outs just because I found Rishi's Rainbow, and I have a tendency to say Richie with a T, but there's no T. RICHEE apostrophe S, Rainbow. Really cool vibe. Thanks Bridget Lund and Bridget 5 Tarot for pointing him out, guiding me to him. He hits all my fae and unicorn and those types of syncs, and my New York Brooklyn a Brooklyn shirt I found the other day of he's actually doing a walk on Saturday. If anybody's in that area and, you know, feels guided to it, go look at his channel. I would be there in a fucking heartbeat. Anyways, not meant to be, not right now. Other shout out, Yolande Marie also has a really cool video out today, a transmission that depending on where you're at could be really good for you. Everybody's different. If you feel guided by the name, you'll go see. So my main reason of making another video today is that I've been planting seeds about the fountain of youth for a while, and you know, I was told from within that other people were going to have the role of explaining it in ways that is just not my role. And today's the day that I find that first. Yes, other people have spoken about it. I'm not saying other people haven't worked on this, but today's the day that I find that video that literally can take the seeds that are planted and make them fucking just full bloom, explode within you. I believe in the fountain of youth. I believe we create our avatars. I believe we control what we look like. I believe that age is a major, like the biggest program probably of all time, and that we've fallen into it for so many generations that we don't even remember how long we can live, and that we choose how we live as well. I do not believe in aging, and I myself have not believed in this for a long time. I was older in my 20s than I am now at 47. Yes, age is just a number, but we still use those numbers as, you know, whatever. And I play and test this theory I have for years now on myself. How? Well, I play with it. I enjoy it. I see it as a game. I also see it as a way to protect myself, chameleon myself into society. I choose my wrinkles. I choose to keep them. I choose to look as old as I can, because my vibe doesn't reflect that either. It's fucked up. You know, when you're walking into your daughter's high school and you look more like the students than you do the parents. And for me, when I say that I manipulate my avatar to keep certain facial traits, and I do, I feel that for the environment that I live in, it's important for me to do so, because to be straight up, like, I don't date, I don't try to attract that vibe, but a grown-ass man that's, you know, in my age range won't speak to me. They just can't. But I'll be asked to go out with, you know, like, way generations younger than myself. I could be their fucking grandmother. And as much as I don't believe in age, and that I have had the age gap relationship that was the best I've ever had, you know, my soulmate is like 18 years old. Well, okay, but I don't feel that that's my reality, so I try to keep it away from myself as much as possible. You know, others might think that is like an awesome thing. For me, I don't like that. It's I search for boy bestie best friends and male companionship in my life that has nothing to do with sex. And that's a hard thing to have in this day and age. It really is. I met someone about 2 years ago. He was older than me, and we had a cool conversation. And in the middle of the conversation, he said, "Wow, you're kind of like a tomboy, eh?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so I actually gave him my number, and I said, you know, if you want to go out and just keep talking the way we're talking as friends, that would be really cool. And pretty much within like 3 times that I just spoke to him a little bit, he had envisioned me, you know, married, and us like living happily ever after his way. And so basically I told him straight up, I was like, dude, first of all, I told you the minute we met that, you know, I wanted a friendship. And second, even if, let's say I did fucking fall in love with you, I would want to be your best friend first. And then I was like, third, I already know that I couldn't be with you even if you were the last man on earth. And, but I can promise you to be your best friend, like, for fucking ever. And, you know, just be friends. And he got kind of mad at me. Apparently when you tell somebody like straight up, I won't sleep with you, they don't like that. They like to have the possibility open. And when you tell somebody that you wouldn't want anything more, it's not enough for them to just say like, I would be your best friend. Yeah, it's weird. And at the same time, I attract into my reality what I want, and I just choose. Like, I don't want to lower my vibe to be with people that speak of 3D things where I just can't relate anymore.
Why do you bring a pencil?
Because I like pencils. Yeah, so it's a weird thing, but I don't even know why I went off on that, but it's just the thing of why I choose to play with my avatar. Yeah, I do that too. No, but seriously, and the testing of it is what will bring you like to feel really powerful about this fountain of youth, and about, you know, like really the fact that it is a program to age, and it will give you that sense of power, and not a, oh, like I control the universe, but I control what I look like and feel like every day consciously. It's like my hair. I choose consciously, like when anyone who's ever like really seen, like in the back, it's really dark, and this dark color I never had in my youth. It was like a lighter brown, and if I wanted it to be that color of dark everywhere, it would be. And I choose consciously to kind of, the way that I play with it is that I just say, like, to my higher self, like, play with it. I like the different tones of colors appearing all the time differently. My spot here that can be really white some days will be just gray, other days it'll have like brown in it. So it's like I'm telling my own self to surprise myself. It's fun. Will I choose different things in the future? On different days? Maybe. I don't know. Especially when the sun comes out, the different tones of colors, and like sparkles, and like there's fucking purple in there and shit. Like, it's like really cool. So maybe I'll go like all like dark brown. Maybe I won't. I don't really, because I know that I control it. It doesn't bother me. One of the things that I told my sister a couple years ago is like, I'm kind of pissed. Like, everybody in the world is fucking dyeing their hair green now. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, that thing that I finally had that made me look older a little bit now is a thing. So I still get taken for a certain age, even if I'm not. And, you know, it might sound really great sometimes to you know, into your 40s, be carded and ID'd. But if you don't carry a purse and have your ID on you, and then you're almost like, you know, fighting to buy cigarettes, or... There's another one.
Yeah, this one's even better.
Yeah, it's even broken. It's a weird thing, right? So, and it's not that it's not a compliment, it's just that it gets to be like, I don't know, everybody's got their different thing, right? And when I stopped dyeing my hair, half of the reason was for the products coming into my head, and half of the reason was to get taken a little bit more seriously. I had my restaurant when I was in my when I was like 32 to 36, 4 years. And people would walk into my restaurant and go see anybody but me when they wanted something, and or they would ask for the owner in a masculine way, because when you speak French and English, you speak in masculine and feminine, and they would ask for like the male, and it was like I wasn't taken very seriously. So yeah, I like playing with it. Body-wise as well, it's not food intake that makes us gain weight. It's our empathy that we need the padding, and it's our conscious choice because we're still programmed to believe it's the food. People saw what I like literally can snarf in a day or in like a week's time span. Some people do get really angry with me, like, how can you eat all that and like stay like that? I don't believe it's bad for me. I enjoy it, and yeah, you could eat sand and think it's fucking good for you, and it will be. Like, fuck, it's just, it's so out there that no one really believes my theories in my real world and kind of rolls their eyes at me, but then they'll see me when I'll, you know, fucking literally eat like 4 chocolate bars in a row like 3 times a day, or when they're with me and be like, how can you do that? And it's like, because it's really good and I want it. I need the sugar. For myself with ascension and food changes, are there a lot? Yeah, but one thing that the fairy in me needs a lot of still is sugar. And I will gravitate towards maple syrup as much as I can, but I haven't changed my coffee habit. It is still white sugar that's in it, and my vibe feels awesome. I feel awesome, and you know, like when the time comes where it's saying like don't or stop or whatever, then I will. And I had an ick last week, and I realized it wasn't the coffee, it was something else that I was eating at the time, that was saying like you're done with this. So yeah, it really it really is a game, and it's fun. And you choose with your surroundings and what you need. And I know for myself, that's what makes me even like 100% less self-conscious. Like I could like fucking tell my body to have like fucking 10 times more wrinkles tomorrow just to enjoy the day like looking like that, and I wouldn't care because I chose it. And it is what it is. We all have our different ideas of beauty, eh? And certain things are beautiful whether we've been programmed to believe they are or not. And one thing that for me, I have tried to manipulate my avatar to be larger, to be more inconspicuous, and that doesn't work for me. Which may sound really weird, but I find the beauty in all body types, and I've tried to be larger, to be more integrated in, you know, in my community or in my family, to not get the certain reactions that I get. And it just, for me, it doesn't work. And half of it is that I have found ways to shield myself emotionally, the empath in me, to not suck in energies and gain the weight. And I don't believe that food makes me get larger, so it's kind of hard for me to manipulate my body to get larger. And as well, I do like my flexibility, and that's another thing, is that when I was, you know, a teenager and in my 20s, I would have never tried to do certain things that I can do very easily now. And it really is a conscious choice. Enjoy it. It's fun. Journey now. Fountain of Youth. More coming, she said. But this is like that one. If you only need one video to get it, this is it. Here, I'll switch it around to where I am. It is pretty. Want to smile for YouTube on purpose? Yeah. Ducks over there. First thing I saw today was one of those guys. Yeah, baby. Keep the good times rolling. What, girlfriend?
I made LR.
Cool. Are you sitting in the poop? Because the poop's not there anymore.
No. I tipped it off.
You kicked off the poop. It was fox or coyote. I'm not sure. Animal.